Hi everyone, welcome to the semi-finals of the VGC Casters Cup. In this top 4 match, I am up against Shmon of Team Iron Handswerp, and it's another rough matchup for me. I think I've been feeling really behind in terms of team matchups throughout this entire draft, and I think part of it is to do with the fact that I drafted such frail Pokemon, and my bulky Pokemon don't do damage, so I just feel like I'm always on the back foot. And this week, I can immediately see P2 Ursaluna being a really strong offensive core that I'm going to really struggle to break through. The Urshifu obviously is quite good against that lead, but then there's the Toxtricity and the Iron Leaves, both of which can really war the Urshifu. And then there's also a bunch of kind of problematic Pokemon like the Fungus and the Dug Trio, which means I have to be a bit careful about, getting put to sleep or being stuck. With that being said, I figured my best odds this week are to set up with a Body Press Heatran set, and because Shmon's team are mostly physical, I think Heatran will be quite key. So let's take a look at the team that I built. I started off with Uxie and Skill Swap, and I think Levitate Heatran is quite strong against Shmon's team. He doesn't really have anything that can hit it for super effective damage outside of a close combat on the Iron Leaves, and if I can get Iron Defense up on the Heatran, then the Iron Leaves can't really threaten it. So Skill Swap was a must-have on Uxie. Next up, I had Knockoff, because I think that's going to be quite good in getting rid of the Eviolite on P2. Not to mention, if I can catch an Ursaluna swap in with the Knockoff, then it no longer gets Guts activated. And that's actually another thing that Skill Swap might help with as well. I can take away Guts from Ursaluna, and suddenly all of its attacks outside of Facade won't be hitting quite as hard. The foul play was there because a lot of Ursalunas and P2s are Terra Ghost to try and get around fake outs, so I can deal some pretty good damage with Uxie, which has really very low offensive output. Not to mention, Foul Play is also super effective on Iron Leaves and will be a 2-hit KO on it unless it decides to Terrastalize out of its Dark-type weakness. For the last move, I was a bit torn as to what I wanted to put on it. Uxie unfortunately is not Cresselia and does not get access to Icy Wind. I did think about other speed control moves like Thunder Wave, but ultimately I wasn't feeling very confident about hitting a 90% accurate move, and I think Imprison can be quite good because Shmon has a Scrafty, and I really don't want to lose any of my items. So Knockoff and Imprison just makes sure that the Scrafty is basically completely useless against my team. Next up, we've got Torracat. Torracat's moveset is a little bit standard. It is a slightly more offensive Torracat this week because I want to actually really threaten the Iron Leaves, which I think is the biggest threat on Shmon's team. And the attack EVs guarantee that I always OHKO a 4 HP Iron Leaves. As for defense and special defense, I EV'd it so that it had 2 points of special defense higher than defense, and this is so that if Torracat and Uxie are on the field at the same time, you will notice that the Uxie has exactly the same stats for both defense and special defense. If these two are on the field at the same time, then the Porygon 2 only gets a boost to its attack. Next up, we've got Heatran, which I think is going to be the key member of my team this week. Actually, I've got the wrong move here. I end up running a Heat Crash instead of Fire Spin on Heatran. But anyway, with the Heat Crash, because I'm running quite a physical team, and I also discovered in previous weeks, with Team Blue on the field, Heatran doesn't hit quite as hard, and Heatran being so heavy, Heat Crash is actually a base 120 super effective move on Pokemon like Fungus and Ribombee, and against the Iron Leaves, it's base 80, which isn't great, but that's still a 2-hit KO. Body Press and Iron Defense are the 2 key moves on Heatran this week. I think that if I can get a Levitate Skill Swap on the Heatran and an Iron Defense, I don't really even need to terrestrialize into the ghost type. The Ursaluna just isn't able to touch this Heatran at all if I put levitate onto it. And I can't exactly remember what any of the EVs do. I think the HP was there to maximize the leftovers, and then the 40 attack guarantees a 2-hit KO on Iron Leaves with the Heat Crash, and I think with the rest, I don't remember. I think the defense EVs guarantee that a high horsepower off of an Ursaluna once I get the Iron defense up, and its Terra Ghost is a 3-hit KO. And in the time that, Ursaluna goes for the second high horsepower, I will have hopefully gone for another Iron defense. And yeah, I think that was the defensive EVs. Next up, we've got Urshifu. This Urshifu is a little bit funny. Actually, this Terra type is wrong as well. I ended up making it Stellar, just so that its close combats will do more damage. But anyway, this Urshifu, because this week I'm not really running any speed control and my team is kind of slow, everything on Shmon's team tends to actually outspeed my Pokemon in terms of their base speed by 1 point, which is a little bit annoying. For instance, the Hydreigon is base 98 speed, the Ribombee is base 124 speed, which is 1 point faster than my Noivern. It's one of the reasons why I benched Noivern this week, because I can't guarantee that I can get the Tailwind up. And so yeah, this Urshifu, basically I have accepted that I will be going second, which is why there is a focus sash onto it, and then it's just max attack. The speed EVs do guarantee that I do outspeed base 8252 speed Pokemon like the Chandelure, but I'm not really expecting that to come into play anyway, and then the rest I put into HP. Now this Urshifu is running coaching because I figured if I have Focus Sash, I'm guaranteed to survive at least 1 attack. So I can maybe actually use Urshifu more as a coaching bot to boost up my other physical attackers instead of going for the attack itself. Next up, we have Trevenant. Trevenant this week is fairly offensive. The attack EVs guarantee that I 2-hit KO Iron Leaves with the Shadow Claw, and that is quite an important calc for me this week because Iron Leaves just threatens my team so much. I am also running Disable in case I come across Pokemon like Choice Scarf or Choice Specs, then I can disable it and force it to struggle. The Horn Leech is there for just a nice recovery and also hits the Ursaluna for super effective. And now the attack EVs I mentioned earlier, but the defense, it also makes it so that Ursaluna's high horsepower Headlong Rush with Guts active is a 3-hit KO on Trevenant, and I am hoping that in that time with Harvest I might be able to stall out the Ursaluna, especially if I have, say, Horn Leech or Shadow Claw available. And this Trevenant is running Protect, which is not very common for Trevenants, but I figured because it's actually more of an offensive Trevenant than a defensive one, the Protect might come in handy. And lastly, we've got Ting Lu with the Clear Amulet once again and the Terra Fairy. This Ting Lu aims to take advantage of both the defense and attack boosts from coaching. The attack guarantees that I can 2-hit KO an Iron Leaves with a Throat Chop, and I think this one is actually wrong. This is Body Press. Sorry, I've changed a lot of moves at the last minute, but yeah, the Body Press is there just to guarantee, or not guarantee, but to heavily threaten both the Ursaluna and the Porygon 2, and the Terra Blast for the Scrafty. So this Ting Lu is quite nice against the Scrafty. I think I really don't want the Scrafty basically to come in and protect because it's just a nice defensive move. So yeah, tough matchup. I'm hoping Heatran can pull me through, but we will have to see. Alright, so Shmon's got... Oh! Duck Trio? What on... and Hydreigon? Okay... So Interesting. Hydreigon and Dougie. Iron leaves is water, that's good to know. P2 is flying, as I suspected. Where's Luna's dragon? Okay. So this is kind of interesting, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Yuxi and Heatran, I think. Or, actually I can bring Yuxi and Torracat. And... interesting that he's brought 2 very weak Pokemon. I reckon he's probably got Flash Cannon or something. Anyway... I think Urshifu is pretty good here, as is Ting. Oh, if I do that I won't have Heatran. Do I want that? Maybe no Urshifu for now. Let's go with this. And... yeah, I think this is alright. Ghost Dog Trio. Interesting. Scrafty is water. Hydreigon is poison. Dog Trio is ghost. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Clear Amulet, Dog Trio. Quark Drive, and what is that? Speed. Well. I reckon that's... Why don't we just foul play this and fake out this? And that should get rid of the Dog Trio, I reckon. Nice. Okay, what does the Dog Trio do? Stomping Tantrum. Okay, that should not KO. Comes pretty close, a bit unfortunate. Okay, so... let's foul play this. And I'm going to attempt to parting shot the Dog Trio. Oh wait, I can't. Because it's got Clear Amulet. Never mind. That was a misclick. Or rather, a misplay. But I think the Torracat's probably going to get knocked out anyway. And then... Sparrow? What on earth is that? Okay. Attack. Good. Alright. Okay, so that didn't do anything. But now... I think the Heatran can come in. And I can knock off the P2. And, do we think the Hydreigon comes in? Ooh. Let's Iron Defense. Let's do that. Okay, cool. Right. Does the Dog Trio have foul play or something? Nice, I did not go for it. Knock off. Yep, Eviolite's gone. Now, what did the P2 go for? Terra Blast. That won't do too much. And now I can foul play this, and I'm also going to body press this. Yeah, let's try that. Swan. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. Okay. Well, that is now in range of something. What is coming out next? Special attack. That is a little bit annoying now. I am going to steal. Foul play won't do very much, will it? And let's try body press. I think we're going to see. Actually, let's send Ting Lu and body press the P2. I think there's a good chance that the Iron Leaves wants to protect you. Yeah. Yep, okay, that's good. I got the Terra out. That's fine. Now, does the Iron Leaves... Oh, coaching! Wow, okay. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, that did pitiful damage. Okay, this is actually a little bit annoying now. Okay. Let's throat chop this and go for a second iron defense. Yeah, that's very good. That's very, very good. Let's get another body press up. Nice. Okay, good. Now the question is, who's the final Pokemon? If it's Ursa Luna, Turner, who's that? Great, I think. I am going to double up into this. And I think I'm going to Iron Press. Sorry, Iron Defense again. Yeah. Okay, let's try that. Good. Good, good, good. And I think a Trick Room is coming out. Probably. Oh, a Terra Blast. Okay. Now we are going to... Well, we can body press the Ursaluna, and I guess we can foul play this body press. Sorry, no, foul play the P2 and body press the Ursaluna. So Leaves has coaching. Good, that failed the double protect. And that should KO. Yep, great. Leaves has coaching. What did a close combat? Yeah, close combat. Okay, great. Now I guess we're in a war of recovers. Right, he could freeze me, that is the other thing, which would be annoying. But at this rate, without the Eviolite, yep, okay, Terra Blast, okay. So that, yeah, that doesn't do much. How much does the body press do? That does quite a bit. And it basically forces the P2 to spam recovers. So that's just, yeah. Okay, Terra Blast. Okay, cool. Okay, now let's think about this game too. Nice. Okay. I think the Hydreigon is actually going to come in the next game. I reckon. So we know it's booster energy thingo. Iron Leaves. P2 has Trick Room, Ice Beam, and I don't know about Recover. But it does. Okay, so that was quite effective. I do think, however, that okay. This time, why do we lead Urshifu Tinglu? That turned out really nice. And Torracat in the back. And Heatran? Because I think the Hydreigon is coming. Yeah. Do we want that? Do we want that? Yeah, I don't think the Ursaluna's coming out this game. So I'm going to give this a try. And see if there's like a Scrafty Ursaluna lead. Oh, sorry, Scrafty Hydreigon. Oh, okay. So, what is stopping Torracat from coming in? And then me just straight up going for this. Throat chop this guy. Oh. No, why is my screen doing that? Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. I think... Oh, okay. I see the strategy here. That is good. That's very, very good. Now. Okay, Iron Leaves swapping out is very interesting. That let's fake out and also body press this, I guess? Well, you can't. I'm getting the Urshifu back. I want to double up into this. Yeah, okay. So this thing, I don't think the Iron Leaves. Barbosa? Who's that? Okay. Right. This just got a whole lot more interesting. Okay. Gonna send in the Heatran as fodder. And then the Ting Lu can protect. Yeah. And wait for the Ursaluna to basically go down. Yep, okay. Nice. Nice. Nice, okay. Good. Cool. Okay. Urshifu coaching Ting Lu. And Terra Blast this as well. Yeah, let's do that. Now, Good, good, good. Yep. That's fine. Oh, that is a Turbo Bear. Turbo Bear, okay. Turbo Bear it is. Right. Okay, so this didn't go quite as well as planned. I'm actually going to fake out and fake out this. And I guess Terra Blast this? Good. Sparrow, okay. Special attack. That's not the greatest. But... okay. Well, you know what? Do we... This is quite problematic now. I'm gonna have to hope for a misplay. And yeah, this is not a good situation right now. Yep, that's what I thought. What does the P2 do? Does it go for the Trick Room? I mean, it shouldn't. Terra Blast, yeah. Side Blade. Okay, so the Ting Lu route didn't work. I'm going to attempt this. Yep. Okay, so let's think about game 3. Ting Lu is a bit too slow for my liking. And the Urshifu wasn't really that useful. So let's go for the Protect and... okay, so game 3... In game 3, I think I'm gonna bust out the skill swap Heatran. Heatran can survive. Let's see how much I don't... Yeah, Heatran can survive a close combat from Iron Leaves. So, game 3... Okay, let's do something a bit different this time now. Let's go with the Torracat Yuxi lead. And then... yeah, I'm surprised that Shmon continued to bring the Ursaluna, but that's fine. Now the question is, I think Ting Lu's still good in the back, right? The Hydreigon not going for the Protect makes me wonder if it's Assault Vest. So it's got Psyblade. And... okay. This is really nice. why don't we just straight up Flare Blitz this and get the Ting Lu in. If the Iron Leaves has Protect, then I guess good job. Does it have Protect? It does have Protect, okay. Now what's happening here? Ow. Well, that's fine. I'm going to continue to Flare Blitz. Or actually no, I'm going to Parting Shot out this. And Body Press this. I'm still going to because I think the combination of Earth Power and Psyblade will KO. So I'm going to do this. Okay. What's going for the Terastallization immediately? Well, I didn't target it. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, that is the Torracat gone. And that does quite a bit, which is nice. Now the question is... Oh... okay. Do we want to knock off? And see where that gets us. Let's knock off this. And Throat Chop this again. Okay, cool. Coaching, okay. Well, the Iron Leaves is now gone. That is going to hurt, but it's not the end of the world. Get rid of the knockoff. Yep, AV. That's gone now. Now the question, who is Turner? Okay, wanna see something funny? I'm going to skill swap the Ting Lu. And then get the Heatran. But if I do that... Oh no, actually, you know what? Skill swap. Ting Lu. Get Heatran in. And then he can't touch the Heatran. Yeah, that's... this is pretty close. Yep. And now I've got levitate. Now that I've got levitate, I am going to just foul play this. And then go for the iron defense, because now the Ursaluna can't actually touch me. Yeah. That's fine. I think that's fine. That barely does anything, which is nice. Okay. I am going to Terra Blast. Sorry, not Terra Blast, Body Press and Protect. And I guess we Protect to get another turn of Thingo. Yep. Because now Heatran's a massive threat. Cool. Nice. Another turn. That doesn't do quite as much as I would like. But with the burn damage ticking down, and now I guess I throat chop this. And I body press this, right? I could have gone for the iron defense there. That's fine. That's annoying, but okay. That's also not doing very much. But I am going to throat chop and body press this. Still. He's trying to ouch. He did get the flinch, unfortunate. And that dealt a lot. Okay. So, considering how heavy is Hydreigon? I'm gonna body press this. Did he double into this? Yeah, the flinch was quite frustrating, of course, but okay. Yeah, GG's. The Hydreigon, I just didn't have much for it, did I? Okay, on the off chance I survive this, I am going to protect. Yeah. If I hadn't gone flinched, I think I still would have had a chance. But without the flinch... Oh, sorry, without this, I now... Yeah, do I survive the facade? No, I do not. Yeah, that's okay. GG's. I did my best to try and win this matchup, and... Yeah, there's... Okay, let's see just how much damage Heat Crash does to this guy. Yeah, that's way too much damage. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Cool. Unfortunate, but I did my best to prep. So with that, we are out of the Draft League. But yeah, it was a fun season overall, so thank you all for watching.